Hello, beautiful fellow human beings. Hope everyone's having a beautiful night. Happy Saturday. I was also doing some doodling. Nothing. Just, was laying on the couch. But been doodling a little bit here and there. Let's see. I skipped a few pages. Oops. But did this little doodle last night. My mom and I were listening to music. So I haven't drew in a long time. I chose a cactus. I think the last thing is just a triple tail finding a treasure chest. There you go. Hope everyone's having a beautiful night. Still getting the hang of some Deceivers again, but really want to make a big boy for my dad. Just can't help it how delicious the spread looks. And yeah, I want to make some sleeker ones, at least one or two, you know, and a big monster. I have the hook, however, I have to loosen, and I can only find one, like laying around here. I'm not sure exactly what size it is. This is just the 2/0, or I don't think so. Mine's a little, it still will be for a while, but that's okay. But this guy, for size comparison, quite large, but I have some feathers that I've been saving up that I think will be ideal. And so essentially, but these big beauties that come in the mishmash packs of craft store saddle hackle, and yeah, so every time I run across one, I've been putting it aside for that one, and I didn't prepare it all because a little hectic as a day, as per usual. Nothing new, and I'm not complaining, but after a late start, if you will, trying to get some stuff done during the weekend, and Code's been working on the Kinto streams, which are looking incredible. Like, it's going to be just hyper interactable, so everyone can share their screen, and then that way could have themed rooms where it's just fly tying and everyone could share tips and tricks and favorite materials, or it could just be a mishmash room and every handcraft and you know, anything, all welcome. So gonna use these on my last pack of white saddles. I get the craft store bags, and oftentimes a lot of them will be a little ratty. These are some poofy sleeves, huh? I've been trying to find stuff in the back of my mom's closet because I brought one case of clothes, and it wasn't like I mean, it's the biggest suitcase I had, but just didn't bring enough. And with everything so in the air, it's been a little too hectic to, oh, those are these. Okay. Alright, so these big, really like meaty, like these as a tail, I feel like look like they consist of a lot of fat. They have a high fat content. Excuse me. And that's the one thing that I find really beautiful about them, because I love the bait fish swimming around. You see a lot of them, and they're just so meaty. However, I'll show you right now the things I want to change, because I'm just trying to get familiar and efficient. See, this one, you know, is more sparse, so it'll, when it goes in the water. However, some I feel like either too much bucktail, or like they taper out too much, like a shuttlecock or something. So the next one, I'm gonna just try to streamline it a little more, because these little fine fibers bending back make it get that sleek, nice bait fish profile. They're really stunning, and I can't wait to be able to tie them properly one day. And I'm looking for more bucktail, but I lose a lot of the bids because I haven't really been keeping up. So I might as well use a few of these. I like these sparse ones since I don't have the best quality materials right now. I'm not complaining because in learning stages, but see how these are sparse? I was digging outside. But anywho, see, there's like this. It'll meet up in this puffy area, kind of caging it in. This is how I kind of at least think about it right now. Kind of caging it in. And I'm not sure if that's what's actually working out, but it's what I picture when it works out like that. So I'll grab another sparse one, get some meatiness, and well, maybe not that meaty. I really need to do this before. I found a receipt organizer, coupon organizer. I was like, hey, this will be perfect for feathers. But then my dad today was like, I need something to keep every receipt in. And I was like, dang it, there's my feather organizer. And it's like, I found the perfect thing. And y'all's stuff. So like, trying to like track down shelves and that kind of thing, because I want to organize my dad's tools, and I'm really the only one who can, because I don't want them to be stored away or hidden. If anything, more displayed for easier access. And I could do a lot of projects that I've been wanting to do. And found he has a, I think the sleeves are making my head look like, I look like an ant person. That's quite a lot. But he has one of those torches, and I don't know why I don't have one of those. I always wanted one. I had one when I was a kid, but one of those torches, and thinking about making larger eyes with copper wire. And I have the wire. It's under the pool table. Y'all are right next to a pool table. Nice one, if anybody's looking to buy it. Trying to turn this room into kind of like a Florida room. It's halfway there. Huge, massive windows. Produces too much heat, way too much heat. So right now they're all covered. And, but the AC was just fixed, so at least the heat isn't an issue anymore. It's been nice and cool these last few days, but yeah, Southeast Florida, it gets real hot. Like, you're swimming. It gets hot. There's our bump. And I'll zoom it in just a second, because I have a few more feathers to find. Do a little more rambling. It's nice to just like kind of sit down for a second. I haven't really looked up. I've been falling off a little bit, but trying to, you know, balance, because y'all are very kind, and especially when saying like, oh, you don't have to worry about streaming if life is chaotic as it is right now, but surely y'all keep me sane, so between y'all, Code, and my mom and her music choices. My mom's really into music. Like every time I have something on she hasn't heard before, she goes, "Ooh, who's that?" It doesn't matter what genre, what era, she likes it all. So I always liked listening to music with my mom a lot. She was a disco queen. So, okay. Gonna do a better job at getting these. I really think I should grab a cup of water and turn my phone on real quick. Have it connected to a battery backup. This skirt I must have bought like 15 years ago, and there's a big bag from World Thrift that, gosh, should make my mom something to eat. Alright, so I feel like there's something I have to do. And the shirt is my mom's. Got this thing from Walmart.com. And been looking for them for a long time. Now they're dime a dozen. You can find stays and anything. It's just a little bit more handier than a belt, because a belt only helps you down here and it doesn't fall or anything, and it's not just, it's way more comfortable, and really glad they came back because it used to be a chore finding things that equate to a function of a belt, I suppose. Alright. I tell you what, it's nice to sit for a second. My parents recently got proper internet in their house. And so I've been trying to show them everything from AI to scams. They know about a lot of them. And my dad is really into the videos that, like, informative shorts, so it's been pretty trippy hearing him playing from the other room. Because my parents are pretty dang old school. Like, we had meatloaf last night, it was fantastic. My dad made it, which was cool because it's probably gonna be his last meal that he cooks himself for a while. But I think it's brutal though. The appointments start back Monday or Tuesday. For the life of me, I can't remember. And so trying to figure out what headphones are good. I was gonna try to find a pair of headphones that's over the ear. However, I just realized he has cancer, so it's massive and very hard right now. He's asleep. I can honestly just show y'all. It's intense. It really is. And like, he put it off for a long time because someone told him, hey, it could be a sprained muscle. And so he put it off for a long time, and it just got bigger and bigger. And if he's like relaxed throughout the day, which is like impossible, it gets a little tender, but it's very hard right now. Painful. Like, he sounds like he's on fire at every given moment of the day. It's really a hard one. because he hasn't been totally, you know, upfront with what he's feeling when, because, you know, it's new, so certain things. Oh, nice long tail. Maybe too long, but maybe not. We partied. So, going for a sleeker Deceiver this go round, and just been getting all bulky. I am not too sure. Oh, it just reminded me. I have to look up the pattern. Well, real quick. Not too sure how to get the lead a little smoother. You know what I mean? So, oh, hello, people. You know, I've been going on at such infrequent times, so I wasn't sure if. Let me just trim this bad boy up real quick. Very nice. Ah, there's a little nub. Hey, quack attack! I saw a quack. Yo, painting like me. The doodle? I love just. And see, I can't draw. Like, if I show you that one doodle again of the girl sitting at the fly tying desk, you'll see like these arms are much longer and stuff like that. But I don't get too bent out of shape because I don't really like. Maybe I'll post a picture here and there, but you know, it is doodle because I really like the sound of the pencil on paper, and I just like drawing. Most of the time it gives me more anxiety than it takes away, but I don't really draw for that reason. I just like doodling, I guess. And I just start with a mark on the paper and then let it keep going. But you can see how disproportionate it is when you really look at it. But like, I can't draw hands at all. And I can never draw the same thing twice, but I really, really enjoy it. Hello, my freaking. Hey. Thank you again. Oh, before. Hello. Macario Cordero. Very cool name. Thank you again, my sister, for keeping the old school fishing techniques alive. My grandfather used to do it before I got old enough to paddle. Each man I've always wanted more. Oh, that's incredible. I mean, I'll tell you what, they make it real easy now with the kits. I highly recommend. I always considered fly tying like an elite handcrafts, almost like carpentry or really just about everything. Human heritage. And oh, I forgot Flash. Here, let me just backtrack rather than getting too bulky. So, yeah, the kits. I think it would be really a treat, because if you have any family, perhaps, or could track his friends, could perhaps maybe find patterns. And if you know of any patterns, so I'm very much a beginner. I'm like 3-4 months in, perhaps still trying to just bulk up materials and that kind of thing. But the fly tying community is some of the most creative and wise, interesting, curious, patient people I've come across, because I've dabbled in a lot of crafts, crochet, resin, this and that. There's a lot of competition, I suppose you could describe it as. However, with fly tying, there's like human history woven in every single material. and every single wrap, and like and of course in regards to food acquisition, absolutely vital. And while I was watching Mary Orvis's, she did a lecture and someone put it on YouTube, and I'm guessing for her book, and she was talking about hieroglyphics, and sure enough, looked up the temple and the hieroglyphics, and they would have a fly rod and the line would be the same length as the rod, and they would whip it back and forth. And like if something was going wrong, they would just whip it. So let me get some foil, and definitely still need to get some better pearl flash. It's just you know, I don't know. Sometimes I'll watch the same thing over and over and over again, and the thing I'm watching over and over again is, since I brought it with me and could let me use this like external DVD player, is Whitewater something put out some fly tying DVDs with Lefty Cray. I'm not sure if they did with other artists, but that's fantastic. And it's very excellently filmed, very clear, tons of input and information. I really want the whole series. Now, I do have the bass, because right now I really want to learn more saltwater flies. Definitely more shrimp. I don't know what my fear is with shrimp. I just gotta go for it, right? That's one of the things I'm most excited to make are shrimp and other crustaceans, because we call shrimp essentially candy here, because everything that you could, everything down there seems to appreciate shrimp. And squid. Chunks, at least. Now, I would like to make some sand fleas. Some, like, weedless sand fleas. I, for the life of me, can't remember how I added the, crystal flash. I used to have it, like, laying how I would like it to lay. You know? I should have added the lead already, too. So maybe, like, the gas at the gas station, this will be unleaded. Okay. So I'm gonna give her a little haircut. Another thing I really desperately need to improve. But I am trying to find fly tyers that perhaps want to teach, and maybe we could all meet in Kinto, because then you'd be able to share your screen. And this, really good for small flies. So I've just been sticking it in this disc. I don't know if you can see it, but I've been sticking it. So Denny LM vlogs, and just tying some ties. Let me grab this phone here and see what the heck fell in my shirt. Okay. So, yeah. Well, that looks a little better. Just trying to get it on top. I hope everyone's day is going beautifully. Weekend's going by quick. Hoping to see Code tomorrow. Not sure if he's gonna be around. Coding all the... Code has been coding. Hardcore Kento. All the updates and stuff that I wish I knew more about. It's all very interesting. and the work is just unreal. It's going to be really nice to be able to blend together like programming and kind of more, what would you call other art forms. I really do think of pretty well everything as such. So I'm going to set that down because I think I forgot something. My cheat sheet still. Oh no. That's alright. Well, yeah. There was this woman who used to, bless her heart. She was an older woman. She lost her husband, so she would go around and feed all the cats in Linkworth. Really sweet woman. A little racist. But she would get a little, like, and sit in front of the window and you for hours. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. And I had a pressure cleaner, electric pressure cleaner. It was nothing too, like, you know, industrial, but it was still neat. It was like the size of a vacuum cleaner or like a carpet cleaner, and it was a pressure cleaner. And it had a stash, and she kept picking it up and putting it in the driveway like she was helping. Girl, it's like work. It was gone within a few days. Oh, shoot. So let me look at, I try not to read comments like directly at the screen because it's like, I try to avoid that. Where's code? Hey, Kathleen! I can't get into my WhatsApp. I knew I had it, but I can't get into it. Do I do scrapbooking? I've done some, like, collages with magazines, but never proper scrapbooking. That is something that I would really like to do because I have loads of, like, paper scraps collected and stuff, thinking I was going to use everything for resin. However, kind of burnt out on making resin jewelry, and I wasn't planning on making too much of it anyway because I didn't have a properly ventilated workspace. Code's here! Open the door! Close the door. I was watching something in regards to a black stick. Well, no, he was carrying a black stick. It's called something. It's called like the ebony stick or something. And it was, you know, a royal shebang. Royal shindig, if you dig. He beats on the door. Like, the door was open, and then they close it, and then it goes pew, 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 or like with a stick on the floor or something. And it's like, open the door. Close the door. I haven't been able to find it since, but it happened. Not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. This song's gonna be stuck in my head all night. Maybe orange and green. That sounds nice. But the problem with that is, I don't know if these feathers will do, because most of these feathers are from one of the variety feather bags. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I was worried they wouldn't perhaps be straight enough to lie along the body. Okay, another round top for me. Twice on the pipe if the answer's no. Oh, my darling. Need to meet me in the morning. So I'm gonna try to flatten some of these because the color is extraordinary, and that's the only like I have loads of these kind of chunks, wings, and gorgeous, and really ideal for especially learning and practice. I'm trying to get a hackle gauge right now. I know they're only like a few bucks, so trying to get one of those. I was gonna try printing one with Code's printer. However, it's very far from me now. But I think I'm messing up on hackle a lot. So what are we gonna do for the sides here? Just some grizzly? I think we got enough grizzly. I just wanna kind of yellow leather. Or just make it super chartreuse. And go in with some of these. It's really for some vibrant color. So I think so. Yeah. But I kind of want to get some blue in there then. How would I do that? Maybe blue cheek? I don't know if in this case it's considered a cheek, but I mean, like, should I refer to that as blush? Hey, Zarzi, if you haven't tried the pine needle tea, it was incredible. Next time I want to let it sit for a longer time just to like really stew in those pine needles. But really good and really refreshing. Okay, so got 2 of these. Alright, so no, maybe like a well, I do have some green or maybe yellow crystal flash, just a few strands. Okay. Just gonna throw 3 strands. It might seem like nothing, but backtracking this way anyway to add those feathers. And it's got a hint of green in it. Maybe, okay, I have an idea. Go along the sides with this. Go down the sides. Go, yeah. Let me try to get them all pinched together. I think I'll even cut them a little longer too. Yeah. Good to hear my dad sleep, that's for sure. It's just so brutal. And like hearing him wake in the middle of the night, I'll be quiet and then I'll hear this, ah! It's horrific in every imaginable way. Figure out if I could fit some tinsel. I better save it for the next, because I really want to kind of learn how to varietize them, if you will. Like make loads of varieties of these deceivers. Especially for the people I know who are essentially on the ocean. I grab another one of these. Well, that's not. It's just a little bit of a veering. So worried about crap, like bends and feathers. They don't hold up very nicely. Just you know, observation. Also using them in like jewelry stuff. What? Oh, very cool. Danielle, the green? I had blue hair once a long time ago, and only because a friend of mine was getting into photography, or was a photographer, and his friends had a studio, and he needed to dye someone's hair blonde, for like photos for his, you know, hair portfolio, and I forgot to tell them that one day I did dye my hair darker brown. It wasn't hair dye, it was like henna dye made from henna. And ooh, he was not happy. "Your hair could have fallen out," he exclaimed. So when it was starting to fade, because it was like a copper strawberry blonde, I quite liked the color. They thought it was a horrifying sight because to them it was an error. To me, it was a happy accident and a little whoopsie. But when it started fading, there was this box of dye that was kind of like essentially temporary, but not temporary. And I forgot what it was called. But I always wanted comic book blue. And I figured that was probably going to be the only opportunity I had. And I really, really liked it. And these are for fishing. Let's see, where's that go? Just want to... Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I should, I think. Let me backtrack a little bit here. Sorry to look in the camera like that, but I'm able to kind of see. Oh, you know what? I could do this. Okay. Just get that fluff out of there. Are you staying or no? Try to get it even. Okay. I just realized I haven't zoomed in yet. Okay. Alright. Why doesn't it ever want to stay for me anymore? It's just the feathers don't like me anymore. Alright, so I'd rather just spend a little time here. I just don't understand. I'm just trying to get this to lay. Lay down, take a little bit of a rest. I just don't understand. Some days I can really get it, and then some days aren't yours at all. They come and go. Is there someone else's day? Is the really into Regina Spector? Alright, at this point I'm begging, just please lay straight. Every time I touch it, it just goes oink. It reminded me of Laura Croft when I don't have the key, dang. Just straight up no. Try a different feather. Okay, well at least we got some nice, vibrant. Just gonna wrap a little more before I clip those. Nice, vibrant little. Oh, that fall again. Okay. No, that's it. I'll squeegee through. Okay. Now for the fun stuff. I don't have a fur stacker with me. This vise, I tell you what, it's holding up quite good. It's just a river ends. And again, thank you, Code, for saving my sanity, quite frankly. Still looking for a tabletop vise for other scenarios. Ooh. Oh. Just like one little, like that. Just got a little bit of extra, like, just grab that. So I'm gonna get the top white on, and then perhaps ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Oh, it just popped in my mind. I always thought that one Christmas song was super intense, like the dun 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 dun. I work at Burger King making boiled whoppers, would you like an apple pie with that? That's what I associate that with. Doing further painting. I don't know if anybody. It's really the only site name that I remember. E-Bombs World. There's a bunch of like little cartoons, games. One of the cartoons, jeez, it was the creators of South Park, and it was called, I think, Princess Perfumes. It was dark. A little trimmy trim. I would just leave this glue, like, you know, unscrewed a little bit, but I fear. I want that to be a little bit more symmetrical. Okay, beautiful. Gonna throw some gills on her or him. I had 2 little scraps down there. Oh, perfect size. It's just red crystal flash for gills. Pretty neat. So, gills on, maybe a bit heavy on the gills. I love when they cup out like that. So, gonna get that chartreuse. Because like Lefty's friend says, apparently, who's also a guide, if it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use. I wish my grandpa was here. Hey Coop, how you doing? Hey Squirrely Outdoors, how you doing? Hope your day is excellent. Just getting the full out. So I'm gonna get quite like that. I really wanna. I found this French lady's channel. I can't get it out of my mind. She just goes kaku kaku. Oh, really adorable lady. I think I just grabbed a few fibers too many. It just felt a little heavy. Open my fingers a little bit. Get some glue. Really like that. I really want to add some silver. I wonder if there's some like crystal flash that's silver, like kind of silver but rainbow. Oh, like holographic. Oh shoot! How did I flip that around? It's okay. One moment. Do the tight. So do loose and then get tighter if you want it to push back the fibers a little more so they're not sticking out quite so extensively. Because some of my deceivers I've tied this far as a beginner, so I try to give myself some slack. Look like straight up tassels or like paintbrushes. I wish I didn't get so messy. But yeah, so a little bit of a long day. No phone calls or anything. At least I don't think. Trying to start planning for what the future is gonna look like for the next few years. Dad said he could start selling off the rest of his antiques that he has left. He has a big old, well, you know, a little cottage room full. Yeah, like statues, collectibles, that kind of thing. I'll clean her up a little bit. A little bit of glue stuck in there. Hello. Hello. How you doing? Are you watching something? Are you watching something? I could put Sloan on. Everyone's so tired. It's been a week for real. Okay. We don't want to overdo it. Just gonna tie it off and cement the hand. Really want to get some silver on this. Please excuse my whip finish on these larger ones. I'm not sure where to start and where to complete. So, maybe a little too fair. And then cement. And another layer, it's going to build up extraordinarily, as well as produce a lot of shine and be a nice hard head. But definitely want to get some silver on it. So it's just a heavily chartreuse, but it's got the chartreuse going down it with a little bit of teal. Still need to work on the shape a little bit, I think. I really do like the color combination. I think I just really want, you know, a stripe of holographic silver going in between the colors, maybe below them or above them. And definitely silver. Really want to get some silver. I should have just grabbed. See, I have the hair tinsel, and this stuff is just like the 33 or the 30mm tinsel. However, you get a ton of it. It's a little hard to manage. Really long strands. Really, really long strands. But come on, that would have been perfect. I should have just grabbed it. That silver, like, holographic would have been really something else. So, definitely, oh, shoot. Well, that's okay. I'll put another layer. But see, that silver would have been tits, quite frankly. Dang it. So, going to make this same color combination, bait fish, but with some holographic tinsel going down, or wish I was getting glue on my other fingers. Help with guitar. So I got a scrap bucket. Let me pick these up. I'm just start trimming them to manageable. And if anybody wants any of these fires, please do not hesitate. Just did it go lower or something? Please don't hesitate. I'm more than happy to try to ship any of these out. It would just take a few stamps. I don't really want to ship out with stamps anymore. But just as like an example, really easy. Ain't no thing. And just tell me where. I guess Instagram would be the best for that. And I'll have them on their way. I'd really like some tactical feedback. Even just like if I look like, but I'm happy to ship any out. And like, could do, even if you don't fish them, like poke around them, see if they'll, you know. I really don't have many people I can ask, excluding y'all. Y'all have been instrumental in this whole. I just really wanted to find something that would keep my hands and mind busy that I can use to also get food. Now, with crafts in general, you could obviously sell them and buy food. However, there's just something a little bit more, like, I know I could do this for the rest of my life and be fine. And, you know, I'm moving on to that, a section of my existence where I am falling into my forever, you know, everybody changes throughout their own lives, and trying to figure out what the rest of my life looks like, and maintaining, like, you know, content yourself by way of, if you need food, you can always fish. If you need clothes, you can always thrift. And if you need, you know, fruits and vegetables, you can always see if anything's fallen off a tree in the back alley. I don't know. Ask your neighbors. I mean, here there's like mango trees, but you know what I mean. Eat the weeds, and like weeds go great with fish, and which I do think it's a great companion book for any fisherman is plant ID books for your area, or Eat the Weeds, which is a channel here on YouTube. Green Dean, he's great, and I've been watching his videos for years now, and his site, and his site has way more plants than he could possibly make videos, and he's got hundreds of videos, and worth checking out. Green Dean, Eat the Weeds, and he's here in Florida. See, this one has a sleeker look, but I meant to do sleeker, but with the shorter tails. So this one I meant to fatten up a little bit. I was thinking of that. I just didn't say it out loud. So focused on trying to, because the color just kind of sneaks in there and hides in there, but it's definitely, it almost makes the green, at least my eyes, will pop a little more. Not, is it the Supervisor? I think it's the Supervisor. This fly is gorgeous. It's got like these lime kind of hackle feathers and one of this kind of sky blue turquoise, Sleeping Beauty turquoise color. And it glows. It's one of the most juicy, vibrant color combinations. And that's one I've been wanting to try for a while, but I am sadly all out of jungle cotton. No, just kidding. I haven't come across any at all yet, but or any substitutes, as well as partridge feathers. I can't seem to find any locally. I'm gonna pet it a few times. Strokes for luck. Okay, so he's all been sleeping on a very hard leather couch for a month now. But everything's just moving really slow, granted, like the circumstances. And oh dear, my dad is so stubborn. And now his migraines are getting worse. So, but oh look at that. Been urging sleep and all that. So I'm just gonna run and grab some coffee real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick and see if Pod is going live. I personally introvert unless it's like alone in my room. Like, I mean, I can sing, dance alone in my room. That's what I think streaming is almost a hack for socializing for introverts. And like a lot of workers and crafters alike, so much time at the desk, alone in the desk or at a workspace, and it's brilliant. Like, all I can say is I wish I started sooner, because, yeah, I am a social, I wouldn't say I'm not social, but very shy person. I am very, like, comfortable around strangers, could talk to strangers like I've known them forever, but the longer I know you, I feel like the shyer I get, or the quieter or more reserved. I don't know. Defect, but it's alright. Nothing to call the factory over, but I shall return. about that. I had to make some coffee. I just couldn't remember if the coffee in the pot was from yesterday or the day before. And so let me put this aside. I love these Kumihimo discs. So when you make like the Japanese art of rope making is called Kumihimo or Kuhimino. I forget sometimes. Anyway, you use these discs like the ones I use are just made out of cardboard. I just cut a circle and a little circle in the center, cut some spots to hold your string. I just did it that way, but these are perfect for like micro Kumihimo. Could probably even try with the crystal flash. I really have to try that. It wouldn't be very thick, but if I use like strongly opposing colors, you might be able to tell it's woven. And you just, oh, I had the other disc over here, but you just tie your string together kind of like, you know, like almost like this. And you put that in the center of the disc, just like the hole in the center of this that you put through your vise, or your vise through rather. And you just strategically fold the strings back and forth using these little slits to hold the individual threads, and it eventually creates a rope, because when you're folding you're braiding it and it's coming out the bottom like a machine. It's brilliant, very simple. You could do it with any threads or fibers and a scrap of cardboard. Really fun too to watch the little rope appear, and you can make cord for anything. Turn thin cord into thick cord. So I need a spot to hold loose feathers. Unfortunately, I'm losing lots of feathers, but better go ahead and a lot of them have such a strong curve. Oh, that's nice. Like it's nice bell shape. So just kidding. And I have been looking for more white feathers, but I think I just need to save up for some proper fly tying strong hackle, because like unfortunately been sticking to Amazon because been you know, not really able to wait on shipping, even though it's like might as well because there's nothing local anyway. But sometimes the shipping is really long, and unfortunately I'm the kind of person who waits by the window for their package like a puppy. So I do like the ability of seeing a little map appear with a van driving down the road, especially right now because I'm losing my mind a little bit. Just a lot of really big stuff happening that no control over, but have to really pay attention to. And woof. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, anyway, long story short, Jesus. All the reviews, the feathers and the pictures look totally different. So I know it's gonna be just like the craft store feathers were, you know, and all the Deceivers are like greatly different looking because of they're very different from each other. Like some will be kind of lots of fluff and a little triangle or that, but you know what I mean? So this takes a little bit of time sifting through. I should have just made this a casual stream. way earlier, but my dad is, you know, dealing with things in his own way, and so trying to stream only when I don't want to. Just really intense times. And some things I'd feel bad for, like accidentally, you know. But everybody's seen. So I got my mom drawing again and that kind of thing. She started coloring in a thing from Publix, but I gotta get back drawing. Really good way to keep the mind active. And again, the sound of pencil on paper is very therapeutic, much like a cat's purr for those who I'm just drained. Hope everyone's week went beautifully. I feel like this week went by a lot faster. I think took the last 2 days to kind of nap while awake. I'm just trying to take an hour nap all day today, but just didn't get to that. See, I have the cagey ones on the outside. But I really want to get better at, it's like twist them. Okay, so it kind of does that. I'm not sure if it's more strategic to have the feathers pointing out. I know some patterns call for that, but I was never sure with Deceivers if it's more strategic to have the feathers kind of like a Y, like so, or, you know, like so. I'm not sure. And can never super tell. And I do feel like I need to add a few more than what recipes call for, because these are very thin, like oh. I didn't put a hook on them. But that's a nice. For some $5 Amazon feathers that took loads of sorting. Maybe? I'm not sure. It just feels sparse. I really wish it was spring so I could get in the water and see exactly if sparse, if lesser is more in these situations, or this situation. I think I'm trying to also take my time a little bit more, because I've noticed the last few like weeks really I've just been kind of rushing through rather than really taking my time. It has taken a while to kind of adjust to this back area. And gonna be organizing the entire place. For some reason I'm really good at organizing inanimate objects. Mainly for other people, because when I organize my own, it just gets to be chaos within moments. But, I mean, most of my belongings, I feel like, are supplies, so they do move around a lot and get dug through a lot, but neither here nor there. I forgot what I was saying. So, feel free to, I don't know. I really want to get on these Kinto streams. And I was gonna call Code, but I think he might be on his own stream. Code Lock, that is Coach Gio, and he's building rage baits. So if you do tie flies, feel free to send me like pictures and details, like your details, and maybe in the future, like if like it does well, you could ship me flies and then I'll ship them out or whatever. But for easiness, in my mind, I feel like it would make sense. It would be kind of like Etsy, but for lures and flies. However, instead of like you shipping me the lures and I ship them out, or payments, it would just be your email address. So people just email you if they see a pattern. Because I want like a directory of, because everyone has different styles and that kind of thing. And then that way nothing gets lost or anything like that. It's just kind of like a phone book rather than a store. And just photos and links. And then if you stop selling or anything, it'll just go into an archive with perhaps the recipe and to be saved forever. And it's hosted in Code's office, so it's also not going anywhere when it does get rolling. And can also tie Kinto into that too, because I had a Kinto stream on my website, my old website, Subtropical Botanica, and it was a full-fledged Kinto screen, live in Kinto, but can do that on Rage Baits, and it's just like a more interactive discussion section. But I really want a vlog. I tried to add a vlog to my old website, but it just didn't work. I don't know how to add things to websites, but I dabbled with WordPress thanks to Code building my other site. And really fun how much you could add to your website without knowing how to add stuff to your website, but some stuff just straight didn't work. And the forum was one of them. What's it called? Widgets. Some building a hump. Okay. Stay and okay, yeah. Very soft thread. So my mom went to sleep. Party. There's a wild feeling back here. Cause I mean, I come down and I stay a good while. I think this is the longest I've been here in a long time. Hope everyone's night is. I appreciate that. I found the shirt in my mom's closet. This thing I got on Walmart forever ago because they're more comfortable than belts and not hard to find now, thank Christ. Finally caught on to the comfort. I don't know what it's called. It's not a corset. It doesn't have bones or anything. It's just like you could have the baggiest dress or t-shirt on and it like fits magically. Bonus points for feeling like I'm in a storybook or something at all times. But I make sure of that, you know. I know how to maintain my own sanity. And that is Disney princess. No, just kidding. But anyway. Let me think. I've been told I dressed Disney before. So I think it's more so utilitarian. Not even kidding, but it does sound ridiculous when I say it. So, where did I just put? Okay, feathers, this. Alright, coffee should be done brewing, so I'm going to fill a cup with that real quick. I will be back in 2 seconds. If you want a cup, just let me know. Let me know I'm in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look over here. Oh yeah. I do have a container for some feathers. Loose feathers. That's everything I could possibly need. Yeah, I'm starting to look better. Well, when I can, but started at least composting. It's very cramped back here. There's a pool table right here. And it's a huge one. It's got ball return. And I forgot what the size is called. It's got a name or something. And trying to sell it honestly, because this could be a whole artist room, like plants and shit. But really like you know, futon, some exercise machines, stuff like that. Because my parents have to really engage in a total lifestyle change, and I know that's not easy, especially in their generation where, you know, sugar's not bad, but fat is like horrible. They've completely switched on that though, because so many appointments, and they really have been starting to look up more stuff like diet rather than like action movies. But trying to get my dad to, excuse me, trying to get my dad to really rest before the the treatment starts. And like the, I guess, symptoms, would you call it symptoms, or post-treatment, what have you, sounds like a true nightmare. It's not gonna get his taste back for a long while. You have to do, for, I guess, neck cancer, you have to, or throat cancer, you have to do like fluoride treatments a lot, so it's gonna be really, really easy to get my dad to go to yours. No, just kidding. Mind control. But I'm just kidding. He has to do that to maintain his teeth integrity for what the doctor said the rest of his life. very intense. And just so much time has gone by. And, you know, they were still really kind of recovering from my mom's whole nightmare. So I hope everyone's life is, you know, good. Because I get it. Anybody who knows me personally knows that I am quite always engulfed in chaos. I think I've just become desensitized to it or something. But, you know, I only have one well, you know, 2 families, if you count, like, both sides of whatever humans created you. But, yeah. Really trying to get my mom on a good diet, though, because she is a diabetic now. She has a severe sweet tooth, like one like y'all have never seen before. I don't know if it's possible. I'm sorry. It might, unless you have someone in your family that shocking behavior. All for little candy, all for sweets. But you know, my mom has always had a sweet tooth. We used to go to Hoffman's Chocolates all the time, which, you know, I'm very much miss going there. I love seeing just like the chocolate being made, because they have all that, the windows, very big scenic windows to watch the chocolate. Wasn't ever super into chocolate, but relatively recently I've developed an appreciation for it. I'd say more so like an appreciation for it. I think Code's UK candy, because a lot of caramel. Take that stuff. So got that. And I think I want to try it. I'm not know how to go about this. It's very fine, but very sturdy, because it's for hair, and you're able to perform in it. You're able to shower and sleep with this, and swim, and presumably skydive. Alright. Okay. Backtrack a little bit. Always interests me, like the weird, like, body shapes. I'm starting to at least become a little bit just like a hair smoother, and because sometimes it just gets real lumpy out of nowhere, and I think part of it is learning to learn like the behaviors of the different threads, because I have a few that are like braided or wounded, if you will, like sewing thread, and some that's really fibrous, like spider's web. This stuff is wild how thin it is. Just trying to make that as flat. Yeah, because I feel like I might remove some of those feather fibers just to see what kind of happens to the shape. And I'd rather keep them. Okay. Okay. Still add some pearl or no? Maybe that yellow again. Yeah, I think so. Is that gonna be too much? It just, I need to get some better quality flash, I think. It just seems very rigid. And I would prefer what I see in videos. It seems, has more movement. Like it's floppier. This stuff is more stiff. And ooh, I really want my dad to pick some color combinations. I think that'd be sweet. It's such rough shape. It's brutal. Dad did irrigation, so if you think about it, all that shoveling, dude was super strong. Like his arms, like he could like, I don't know, punch the concrete or some shit. I don't know. It's just crazy to see like somebody like that affected so much. Yeah, just not old enough for all this. My dad, I mean, should have a lot more time. But you gotta, suppose, want to have a lot more time also. And that's why I was trying to get him on the water for so long, because, you know, a lot of my dad's friends have already passed on to the other place. So, you know. Okay. I really like the crystal flash with that holographic. I kind of wish I added more of the silver. It's more lush, I think. Ooh, my phone's dead. I can plug it in, but it's on a gimbal. Thank you code. Hey, side effects. I appreciate that, Mighty CTG. CDG, I appreciate that. Well, when I do that, it looks like a bobblehead. It doesn't moi, but it's okay. You're gonna get that bucktail. Real nice. It's so soft. And I missed out on a bunch of elk scraps. And that's what I mean when I do come across it. I feel like I'll come across a decent amount. So I'm more than happy to, like, I'd be sick to have one of those mail clubs. I'm sure this has existed in the past. They just, like, mail each other, like, fighting supplies. Okay. Just cutting that. Okay. Oh, I really like this. It's head cement, but I like it for the bucktail because it's just thicker and it dries quick. So that tackiness helps me and my beginner fingertips hold them a little better. Tackiness, a little easier to hold. Okay, so what am I doing? I feel like I'm missing something. The side feathers. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna tie this on after I do this first hump of bucktail. Oh, that's too long. Alright, so you know what? Backtrack. The many beauties of this craft is the ability to backtrack. You remember where you went. Alright, not twice? I don't even remember. I better just, okay, put this aside. I better just add the side feathers. Ooh. Can't see it. The light crossed it out. That's not more. It's very fine. Ooh. So, how's everyone's day going? Did I hear it was... Oh, no. Imagining things. That is really nice. wonder if I could like, okay, so make a hump out of deer hair, white deer hair, and all right, one moment. Like, like make a hump out of white deer hair, and then put like a dome of this over it. It's impeccable. I could always trim it more, but I can't like trim it less. Okay. Get this first hump on one. Just want to make sure it's going even. Okay. Just trim. Shh. I forgot the side feathers, but it's okay. Okay. I really love that hair tinsel so much. Like over a bump of the bucktail, I think it would be really stunning. Like even to wear. So, I'm good. No, I don't know if I can. I think I missed my chance. But maybe. That's a good way to sneak one of these out. Even if I don't add these lime, I just realized, do these? Oh, it's so pretty though. Okay, so you can't really see. Oh, it's like all swimming and swimming. Alright, so I'm not sure. Hey, good night, Macario. Or Macario. Sleep has not been a decent a thing I've been doing much of, unfortunately. I mean, getting to sleep nice and early, but boy, am I waking up also early. My parents wake up super early. I might just try to sneak some of this blue in. really sits nice with that lime. What is this? Okay. Alright. This is lost for a moment, I guess. That's sat nice. Right. This one goes. Have you ever known people that would like, while you're talking to them, they would mouth like what you're saying? I was just like thinking about that the other day. Remember like that. So make Let me just try to get this a little bit more even. So, just got really quiet. I've been trying to leave like different stuff on the TV because backtrack. His scissors. A slider in my hand. Okay. One tiny little fiber sticking out. Alright. So now let's get in on that top tuft. Top tuft of bucktail. Top tuft of the bug. Is there a fly called Buckwild? So we get a few more. Yeah. Demon was inside him. That's about as even as I could. Oh. That's because I'm an idiot. Alright. Whoa. I just realized I had it just like completely perpendicular to the heel on the hook, so I'm very tired. Well, not like tired, like yawn, I'm about to go to sleep tired. Like tired, just like exhaustion of the regular kind. Get some glue. Oh, there's a one fiber of maroon from the tail. I'm gonna leave it. I like it. One strand of maroon. Gosh, I really should have washed my hands before. Well, I did. I scrubbed my hands over and over again, but I've been trying to make a little garden out there. Not really a garden per se, but just plant some Everglades tomatoes for my dad. You don't really have to water them. They're very drought tolerant. Why do I look so pissed drinking that? Makes you. Oh, hello. Forgot I just had all this glue just drying. So now is for Gill's. I feel this to be probably my favorite part on Titans. Specifically is adding Gill. It's so clever. And I do want to start adding wounds, but oftentimes I'll see like a strand of flash of blue to signify perhaps blood trailing off into the water. As well as incorporate more beads. I really want to take out some copper. There you go. And I'm gonna get that chartreuse on there. I just really am quite in love with the gills. And definitely gotta get some of my stuff to put a marketplace out here because I really want to get some more colors of bucktail. Mainly yellow and black. Those will be the next two colors that I really try to acquire. Okay, go. Oh, got trapped in the scissors. For some reason, they're like extra slippery. I can't really figure out the best way to explain it. Getting fluff out. Can you stack fluff? Because I'll totally start saving it. No joke. I will stack each hair individually in a cup so I could, you know, tie them on. Give that a go. I am dying to try deer hair spinning or stacking. However you say properly. Really, truly want to experience that. Oh, my phone. I might have to try to plug it into the battery backup. I have it right here, but it might throw the balance off and the gimbal might move. I'm not sure. Whoops, okay. Now I can start getting that nice and tight. Let me just trim the bits that will surely stick out at the end. Very good, very nice. Just get that little gloop. I'll learn glue control eventually. Kind of have to, because running out of penetrator and Complete Angler's site was down for a few days. I haven't checked today. I hope they're good, because it's the only online shop that I know of that has a point system where you can save up. Ooh, the slip. But that little touch of the turquoise I really, really like. Every time I see others do this, it's so seamless. Okay. Brain fart. They do so quick. It's been trying to just really gonna watch while I try. Oh no. I just need like paid for lesson. A paid for lesson in web finishing ASAP because I wonder what that could be. Sounds like a boat. So, with a little hint of turquoise, and I usually end up trimming the tails quite extensively when I'm sitting around after and kind of poking around them. I'm gonna go this way and then do it the other way, but really into the combination. Don't drop it until the cement dries. That perhaps a little long. However, really, really excited to see what it looks like wet. So wet, it'll be nice and sleek. Hopefully like a nice silvery white bait fish that you would see on the shore. And please, if there's any advice, if anything's wrong, if the tail is too short or if the bucktail is too long, please don't hesitate to let me know, because this is pretty well how I've been learning is internet with rotten concentration. You know, they succeeded on me. Could barely focus on a short anymore, but I'm just kidding. But anywho, please never hesitate. I really wish I could find some local clubs or classes, and I do really like how the silver landed in the center there. So definitely gonna be adding the tinsel to more. And the next, probably I'm going to use this center fibers. They're gorgeous for freshwater flies. So I want to do this with this I forgot already. But anywho, with gold. And got plenty of this tinsel. Got plenty of this tinsel. Very nice. And yeah, so might just sit here for for a second. Gonna gather the work space. Not lose my pencil again. Okay, feathers. I lose too many feathers for someone who can't afford feathers. It was drying. I just carelessly threw it down. At least I'm like building stamina probably, as far as like having to keep a bunch of stuff on my mind at once. That sounded ridiculous, but what I mean is like bed intense. Man, more phone calls than I've ever made in my entire life. And there's a different doctor for every portion of the treatments and, you know, diagnosis. So it's been a lot trying to track down everybody. That's nice. I really dig these foam desks. I gotta get a pack of them. But got some nice little Deceivers going. So I'm gonna put the scrap in here, but these attacked pieces like in here. Oh, I did sit on that. Good. Chinese food container. Oh yeah. My childhood guitar amp is here. It's an old PV amp. And my dad has this little drum set that we're gonna set up, I guess. I'm really stoked for it. Could use that if Cody's still here. I'm sure Code is coding right now, but could use that for making beats. I think it's easier for me personally to try to make beats like in the physical realm. When I try to use a computer or Bandcamp, it just I can't time it right. I have no idea what I'm doing to begin with. But drums you could just kind of use by feel. Argentina, very nice. Hello, Eduardo. Hey, Walter. These are all saltwater, and so got quite a few different color combinations. I'm working on getting some more colors of bucktail, namely yellow probably first, and black. But yeah, these are for saltwater, mustad. I'll show you the exact hooks. I'm at my parents' house. My dad was diagnosed with throat cancer and a little bit more on his lungs, so been here for the last month. Managed to get most of my supplies. Code brought most of them, and because it's also important that keep my mind busy because burnout's real. But anywho. But more than happy to try any pattern also. Got loads of these Deceivers. I'm more than happy to ship you one too. Because I could really use some feedback. Very much a beginner in the last 4 months maybe. I mean, every time I say a time period it changes because I have no idea. I know, it's been a good few months. And enough to acquire bins of stuff I did not previously have. Really got into fishing just for food acquisition, not even kidding. And the state of food is just ridiculous. Group fishing, so, and I was already like trying to, like, starting to fall back. I feel like as you grow, like, maybe like start putting distance in between you and like the familiar, but then it's like there's a snapback or something, going back to your roots or what have you, that kind of thing. And so, and you know, growing older, I want to figure out something that could stay content for the rest of the time on planet Earth doing, and that would benefit not only myself but those around me, and something that like has, everything has purpose, especially to those who like own whatever objects, like, but you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just wanted something to keep my hands busy, and fell in love with tying flies. Just always kind of appreciated it as an art form or human heritage from afar, but Code brought some of his grandpa's flies back from Scotland, and I've made jewelry my whole life, like out of sticks and stones essentially, copper, shells, anything I can salvage and like pound together, resin, that kind of thing. And it all translates really well into this. Like tomorrow when we can find the torch, or been saying it for the last few days because my dad's in really rough shape right now, so I'm not really holding anybody to times or anything. But when we find the torch, I found some big thick copper wire and going to ball up both ends for eyes, and they'll be weighted and lead free, and those paint really well. But also when you ball up copper, if you quench it or throw it in water immediately, it turns bright red. And it's like brilliant for, I made a few, but I don't think as like too impressive to show because the few made it was very small. I didn't make crustacean eyes or anything because you can, when you heat the copper, it gets like butter soft, but you could hammer it to get it hard again. But trying to think of things that I have and can produce to ease up on, because it did take a while to get pretty much like the basic supplies, and there's so many materials that I've never heard of, and they all have different like behaviors and functions. It's ridiculous. It's incredible. What's up with the Harry Potter stuff? Y'all remember these? I don't think it works anymore. These bat trees. At my parents' house. I found stuff in here that, like, I love this oil. When I was a kid, I liked the sound of the, and there's a bunch of these ones. Singing bath right on. Yeah, and the day before I got here, we watched the Sopranos episode, Coda and I, of the bass, singing bass. I love these old oil bottles so much. The youth fair. Interesting. I will definitely check that out. I didn't even think of checking out the fairgrounds for that purpose because there is in Corbett, oh, there's another one. There is, oh, there's two, score. I'll be real. Didn't like it at first. Real into it now. What does that remind me of? A game. It had like this, like a board and like colorful plastic pieces, and it was like it had dice or something in the center of it, and you pressed it to shake the dice. Ooh, a quiet one. A shy one. And this is pretty cool too. Little bell. Oh. These things too that somebody gave me when I was a child. I'm not sure what they are. When I was a kid, I was convinced this was a chunk of Mars and the other was a chunk of like the moon or something. This is also quite quaint. The hummingbird is a little busted up, but it's a little choich. Little choich. Oh, I also found these. I'm not sure what these are. Well, they're sinkers, so maybe like teasers for trolling. But has this crimped. Ooh, my phone is about to die. Kind of crimps, you know what I mean? Pretty neat. And they all have a sinker tucked in. Pretty neat. I'd love to find this material. These would be quite fun to make. I'm guessing like a squid or something. Or like a squid jelly. Kind of leave it up to interpretation for the fish. So like about the like Charlie's, Crazy Charlie's or whatever, or a lot of the bonefish pattern, like shrimpy things. Does anybody know what this is for? I haven't looked it up yet. It came with just like the little foam discs. Cables. Cabela's is very nice. Yeah, because even something online would be... Where do I keep putting the phone? I might have to go find it. I do need some coffee. I just gotta make sure my dad's not sitting up, because sometimes if you like sleeping like that, but it's too much pressure on his legs and then his ankles swell. It's a whole thing. Yes, so I will be right back. I'm just gonna refill my cup and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to make either gain the courage to make a shrimpy grubber, like a woolly grubber, but like a shrimp. So instead of like it could have the blood quill in the back, but have some crustacean eyes in the back, or maybe something that like fans out in the front. I don't know. But I really, really have to get on shrimp. I just don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I really gotta get on shrimp because shrimp is like, there's so many different kinds, and you'll see translucent little baby shrimps, which just get a clump of seaweed and shake it in your hands. You'll see a bunch of stuff. But maybe even seahorses and fish, baby fish, and like it's really neat. And some fish like sergeant majors will be like miniature versions, identical, like they shrank. They have a little pipsqueak voice, and just a total treat. And you never know what's gonna you're gonna shake out of there. Just like put your hand out and shake the clump over your hand, and a bunch of little baby things will be in there. And just like, you know, put them back where their shelter is, because those clumps are perfect shelter for. And it's just like a bunch of baby creatures coexisting, like sharing a nest, floating nest. But still keep thinking about I wonder if there's a movie, at least a movie of like the jellyfish. There were like jellyfish out of the ocean, like in the sky. Yes. Alright, I should get a little cup of coffee. If anybody has any patterns. Yeah, I did not think of the fairgrounds for some reason. They do loads of stuff. They used to have these computer sales, and like every inch of the place, and it was just, some of them would be like essentially conveyor belts of boxes, or like buffets of boxes. And one year, a long time ago, my neighbor took me, when I was a kid, to build a computer in like every room, and to get like a monitor from one stand, a keyboard from another tower. It was just a real magical experience for some reason. So, stuck with me forever. Retouch on. No. Alright, one moment. How's the other phone? Oh, that's nice. Alright. This, chair's getting some use. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do a Kento stream, cause a little too dark. Man, it was. I try so hard to see my beautiful hometown as the purest place on planet Earth. But oh my god, I'm gonna go mugged tonight. Straight up mugged. So my mom and I were walking to the store because it's really right down the street. And there was this dude that was walking back. Well, okay, so first he walked like 2 blocks away to the corner we were standing on, and we were trying to like, you know, wait for cars, and there was tons of traffic, and he kept like if I turned towards him, he'd like go that. It was just really weird. And then all of a sudden he like runs towards us as if he's like gonna run across the street. But I turned around, just physically turned my whole being around because my phone was in my back pocket. It was falling out. Big R's phone. I don't know that if that's what's going on. But anyway, long story short, turned and he just beelined it across the block and walked like 2 blocks, never crossed the street. So we didn't have to cross the street, so. And yeah, I was like weaving around. He was like obviously on something, but crime is pretty dang high. I don't know if you noticed, but in every single stream, there are multiple helicopters going overhead. Every day, there's multiple missing people. It's intense. But, you know, I rarely leave my desk, so I'm not in a state of worry very often. And I'm totally night blind, so I don't really go out at night often either, unless it's like, you know, downtown walking around and look at lights. So let's see what code wants to do. Okay. So who's Chan Fam? Like punch a hole into other room? So the Kendo stream is neat because whoever pops up in chat is in the stream itself as a little character walking around on the screen. And you could say in chat, like, move right, and the character will move right. And like when you type, it shows above your head on the screen, like it overlays, so you could be walking up here, what have you. And you can change your clothes by typing wardrobe currently. And there could be tons more commands like jump, or there's dance, so you just kind of move back and forth. And it's brilliant. And it's pretty soon could like you know, have, if anybody has anything that they make or do that they would want to share, or just things that they like to look at and want to show other people, feel free to share your screen, because then you could have a screen full of streams, if you will. And don't even have to share mic if you, or could only share mic or just type. And it's just a way to get more people involved in like conversing and stuff. Because every human being is full of valuable wisdom and very good advice and techniques. Like I may be shy, but again, not around strangers. And gosh, I used to walk around just to talk to as like many different people essentially as possible, because we're all pretty dang similar. We have the same needs. We all love pinbacks, and we're like identical, really, in the grand scheme of things. But I don't know why all of a sudden I just look pissed drinking coffee. Just straight up Edgar Allan Poe. Would you like to join? I think I got in and I could just put the phone up like this, and it's like essentially you're in a little bubble. Like, you know? Oh, my dad sent an attack. My dad's been wanting to do all these like little car hacks because he found this channel. Here, I'll forward you a video code. Why don't you come up? My dad is a huge fan. But it's really cool because I've been wanting to get them into YouTube for a while, and so if anybody gets a random message from my parents, but I've been really wanting to get them on YouTube because like the footage of like fish underwater and just about everything possible, and online like wild footage, like wild weather, like the freighter videos, really cool. I think I'm gonna put one of those on tonight just to there's, I don't know who the original creator of the videos or who, like, you know what I mean, like who is responsible for their videos, and owns them, but a Sleep Age channel posts these like 8-9 hour videos of just a freighter sailing through the ocean, and it's one of the most relaxing things I've found on YouTube in the category of sleep aids. And giant strip. I wish I could find more ones with like heavier like metal sounds, but really nice. So I see message. The waistband on the skirt is weird and it keeps folding. So I'm gonna try to do the kids' room through this phone, and I'll be on Code Lock's channel. Gosh, I went from thank God the day is I never got to take my nap. I've just been so drained. A lot of phone calls and a lot of like forms and stuff like that. And I have one that's like gonna be like a while. And lung biopsy and swallowing test is, I believe, Tuesday. I don't. Man, it's really intense. Grateful that all of the doctors are characters in their own right. They're like just an experience in themselves, and really grateful for that, because I feel like communication is so vital in something like that you gotta be comfortable with whoever you're seeking treatment with, because of that like hyper honesty that you have to really engage in to be able to, you know, sweet. is, I guess. I think exhaustion finally hit me. I'm going to probably listen to some music and wake up a little bit. Call Code to see if he's down to do a Kento stream, because like I said, like it's not necessarily, it's not a game. I don't know what else to call it, but like a streaming platform is what's been the term like being used currently. And but it's going to be really valuable in regards to connecting a bunch of people, especially a bunch of random people. That's the goal, really, because there's like could cover like so many like nooks and crannies and different like themed tips and stuff like that. That's the dream anyway. And you know, like crocheters and plumbers and carpenters and hunters and fishermen and programmers and vets. I'll like, you know, another helicopter. This the Lake Worth state bird. Whoops. State bird of Florida is definitely the mosquito, but the state bird, or the like city bird, Lake Worth is the helicopter. But favorite place on planet Earth? That's wild. I gotta get out there more and walk around and just accept it. It's like it was found, you know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It's like, and then any empty lot, they're putting these honking big, like, houses. It's just, change hasn't struck this area in decades, so it's wild that you get to see it all. And they're like making this building where there's rebar and like steel beams or iron beams, and they just like slid the building on top of it, a shell, Altamar, and pretty interesting. Curious more about that. Genuinely interesting, not like just saying. Just never seen that before, and stuff like that. And modernizing our little town slip-on shells. I don't know. It's probably like brilliant. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell if it was like a I really don't know what it was. It's a really small building. I can't imagine it's like a living thing. Maybe it's a... Gosh, I really just don't know. Altamar. But anyhow, starting to ramble a little bit. And my phone's not charging. Hope everyone has a beautiful night. Be happy because they... Oh my god, they are. See, this... Lake Worth has gone through a few booms before where there used to be quite big yards and stuff, but then they went and built a house in between every house, and like put streets in between all the streets, and there's little booms. But now like all the little tiny little like shotgun shacks, like little cottages, they're the most adorable, perfect little living spaces for me for sure. I don't know for everyone, but I love the dang things. And kind of like the Keys of the North, if you will. Just a little kitschy town. And the $800 apartments are $1,600. One room, no kitchen or anything, just like a room in someone's house, $800 to $900. It's just wild to see, like and see it, like if you've been here, you'd be like, yeah, duh. But like I always wondered when it was gonna happen since I was a kid, because Lake Worth always felt like a secret garden, like private, just playing field, coastal playing field, and all the little local businesses, everyone knew each other, and not everyone obviously, but you know what I mean. You'd see familiar faces on every block, and like you'd be. It's hard to get anywhere on time because of like how often you'd run into someone you knew, and it's kind of like that. However, just different. It's just you know, the Great Replacement, and I don't know, just a little sour about it because it's inevitable. It's the greatest place on planet Earth for me personally. Definitely not for everyone, but I feel like most everyone would enjoy at least visiting. And it's small and like the good sense. Like Lake Worth is big, but Lake Worth Beach is small. So I'm looking to plan up my parents' front yard with a bunch of Florida natives and start to get a ton of greenery here to cool everything down before the summer comes. The shade tree I started in the back is doing really well. Southern hibiscus. So I'm not sure exactly what it's called. It has big, beautiful heart leaves. Variegated in full sun. No, variegated in shade. Solid in full sun, so it could look like multiple trees, depending on where you plant it. My neighbor's looks like two different trees, and it's because like half of it's in a shadow. But the flowers will be, I believe, like pink, then orange, then yellow, or vice versa. I think it's that, or orange, and pink, orange, and then yellow. So really neat tree, really really neat to watch throughout the day, and grows by cutting, no hormone needed. So if anybody wants a cutting of southern hibiscus, grows really well in this zone, zone 10A and B. Never hesitate. I'm sure it would do fine in 11. I believe it's a tropical thing. I'm not too sure though. I can send anybody a picture that may know plants. I haven't posted it in the ID group yet. On Facebook, there's a plant ID and discussion group that's pretty dang. Okay, so I commented on an old post, but I guess you're not supposed to because then it brings it up, but that's just not something I would have ever really thought of. I didn't even look at the date of the post, but holy crap, they kicked me out of the group. I messaged an admin so quick. I'm like, look, I don't know what the heck I did, but I've been in this group for years, and like, it was probably the most used group, that and what is this, strange and unusual objects, but so I'm going to utilize some of this like too much energy for some drawing because I am trying to get back at that. I'm trying to get a set of the jelly gouache for my mom and I to doodle at the table and kind of take a break from the TV. Like, I just sit back here, you know, just flip through books and poke around because gearing up for some intensive organization. Really messed up. I was supposed to get the piano at the street for bulk pickup, but so if anybody in Palm Beach County wants a free piano, it's horribly out of tune. So some would say useless, but I don't. Like, just get it tuned or whatever. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Happy trails. I love y'all. I hope you have a beautiful night. And please do head over to Code Lock's channel because gonna be streaming over there. And you know, oftentimes it's like another viewpoint or something. But as soon as I hit end stream and back to reality. Well, not really. I'll just be back here, but you know, it's just a nice little escape. So, as I say quite frequently, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I do mean it. I value y'all dearly, and please do have a perfect night, and have a good time. Wish I could play the harp. That's one instrument that I just don't understand how it's possible to tune the thing with an electrical device. I can see myself being able to figure that out in like a guide, but isn't that the most beautiful? Yeah. Anyhow, happy trails. I might be can you tell? I don't know. Are you sure you don't want to like see something else or something? I just yeah. Been here for a little bit of time. I'm very, very close to running out of clean clothes. I have a suede skirt and like a dress, like just too formal for anything. But you gotta bring something just in case. You never know if there's gonna be like an art show. An art show. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but I don't wanna go. I don't know. Anyway, happy trails. Have a beautiful night. Don't mind me.